Okay, welcome back everybody for another video of Master of Command. Today we're going to be playing the Russian Empire. I put up a poll and it seemed like this is what people wanted, so we're going to be playing as Russia and we're going to be playing as the Imperial Army. I do technically have the Observation Corps unlocked because I have been playing a Russia campaign in my free time, but I'm just going to go ahead and play with the Imperial Army because I would like to finish a campaign as them before trying the other army compositions. Um, so let's read a little bit about Russia. The Russian army fields cheap recruits and is held together with excellent morale, allowing it to endure long and punishing campaigns, but recruitment is disorganized, as Russia struggles with logistics far from the motherland, and their slow movements leave them vulnerable to quicker opponents. Even so, when brought to battle, the Russians prove a determined and unyielding foe. Okay, and then the Imperial Army, their special trait is Mirror at War, and it's going to give us cheaper recruit units. And so this comes in handy. Their recruits end up being super cheap. Um, the other thing I'm debating doing is putting on the difficulty modifiers. Also, let's make it so that we can end up fighting anybody, and we'll go ahead and put on we'll go ahead and put on the general. Well, let's take a look. Okay, colonel. I think this is okay. This is the biggest pain for modifiers, but otherwise, I don't think it's too bad. Um, oh, and these are just purely good modifiers. Okay, so these are the ones where things actually get tougher. Um, I am gonna try it on general. We'll see how it goes. If I end up getting my butt kicked, then we'll maybe we'll turn down the difficulty, and maybe we could try the observation core if I end up losing. So we're just gonna go with this. We've got all the modifiers on, we've got all the nations on, and we've got Ironman on. So let's go ahead and oh, sorry, I forgot to talk about what Russia's traits are. They have the Hungry Bear. Settlements are pillaged twice as efficiently in raiding stance, and provision consumption is up 20%. So I'm not exactly what it means by, you pillage twice as efficiently in raiding stance. I'm not sure if that's like you get double the resources from pillaging, or you raid twice as fast as the other nations. But because of this nation trait that they have, we're definitely going to be doing a lot of raiding and pillaging. So we'll save this as Russia, Iron Man. Here we go. General. Is that General? I can't put an underscore. Oh well, I'll just say General Iron Man. Okay. Now, the difference between this campaign and the French campaign I played is that the French campaign I got to a point to where I just started having fun. But here, we're going to get to a point, well, I should say pretty early on, I'm going to have to play relatively seriously because General will kick your butt if you are not paying attention. So I'm going to try to play very carefully and not do meme things like go for an all grenadier army. I don't really love. Hmm, I don't really love any of these doctrines. I mean, I guess I could go. I could go more heavily into light infantry if I do this. I haven't given light infantry a fair shake. Maybe this is the chance to do it. Um, and the problem here is forts are a pain to capture sometimes. I also don't love decreasing our morale, and I think reducing attrition is very. I think it's generally mediocre. I mean, maybe if this lowers the attrition from like encounters, maybe this could be kind of worth it. But if it's just campaign attrition, as long as you manage your food, you really shouldn't have a problem with that. Um, I really don't want to have to capture forts. I think that's gonna suck. Yeah, let's just go with this. We'll go. We'll try to go a little more light infantry heavy than what I'm used to. I didn't even see who we're fighting. I only cared about the I only cared about the doctrine that we are going to get. I do know that we're going to get really good musketeers as our unit, so that's exciting. Let's go ahead and equip our men. I'm going to give these guys good morale, and they've got really high combat stats, or I should say melee stats, because they've got Tulas. So let's try to send them into melee where possible. Do I want to restore their casualties, or do I want them to charge in harder? Let's give them the casualty restoration, and let's give one of our surf recruits the buckshot. I'm not going to give anyone the spirit rations for right now. I don't want to lower accuracy at the moment. Let's look at what our officers are good at. So these guys take less morale damage, and these take more fire damage, but their his command radius is higher. Here, let's put our musketeers in there, and we'll leave this brigade just unoccupied at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do with these guys is I think I'll probably go veteran musketeers with them, just so that I have some line infantry, a solid set of line infantry, although there is an argument to be made to go grenadiers, so that because these guys have really good melee stats. So I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out as I go, and we're also going to go ahead and name some of our units. I know this was something that Hans was asking for. He's one of my viewers. So I'm going to go ahead and give these guys some names. So first off, we have the Ismailovsky. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't do that. There we go. And these guys are going to be the Semyonovsky. And also, I could be butchering these names. I apologize if that's the case. These guys are going to be the Preobrazinski. And our last is going to be the Skovsky. There we go. And one other thing I need to try to do is, I think this is the first time I've clicked on the editor. I usually don't mess with this. But we need to give these units different colored collars. So the Ismailovsky have a green collar. Let's give that to them. Here we go. It's pretty much the same as their coat. And then the Semyonovsky have blue collars. So let's do that. Save. If I just X out, will it get rid of their collar? No, it won't. So the Semyonovsky have like a light blue collar. And then the Preobrazhensky have a red collar, which they already have. Perfect. And the Skovsky, let's take a look at them real quick. They have a red collar, so we're just going to leave that as is. Okay, so we've got our units set up. I'm not going to worry about the regimental colors. I think that's just like a really minor detail, so I'm not going to bother. All right, war's upon us. So let's get to work here. Let's take this supply cache. We'll take the coin, and we'll fight this enemy detachment. And we are fighting the French. Okay. I'm not too worried about the French. And I say I'm not worried about the French because they tend to have pretty low morale, so we should be able to rout their troops fairly easily. And their one saving grace is that they have very large unit sizes, but Russia also has larger than average unit sizes, so we shouldn't be running into too much trouble there. Okay, so they got their 2 Royal Recruit units. This one's going to be better in melee. So let's try to go. Let's do it so that these guys are going to be on that flank, and we'll have these guys here. We're going to try to run into the town, get into really good cover, and then fight with them. Let's put our musketeers over here so that they can get a volley off and then charge in, or they can counter the cavalry, whatever. Let's have the general ready. And these guys are going to wait a little bit, and then they're going to get involved. Let's load them up with the buckshot. They're going to get involved once these French Fusiliers are engaged. And, we'll put you guys on the road, sure. And let's go ahead and advance here. You guys get into the town, get into the town, get into these woods, and General, you move up. Unfortunately, the Russian units seem to be kind of slow. At least that's what it said during the like campaign start screen where we were looking at what the Russians are good at. So let's try to start forming up right here. I'm going to run them into position. We're going to run you guys into position. The Preobrazhensky we're going to have form up here. Where's our general? Here he is. And these guys should be running into position. Good. Let's bring up our Izmailovsky. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that running them made them that tired. They really are slow. But at least we have very good cover. So that is something that's good. And let's hold fire because it looks like the cavalry is coming in. So we will hold fire until the cavalry gets a little bit closer, and then we'll open up on them. Okay, they're aiming. let's get up close here. Make sure the general is giving them a morale bonus. And I'm gonna run these guys into position so that they can open up on with their buckshot. You guys can go back to fire at will. And it looks like we might break over here. Let's try to pull the general back. All these guys just don't form up quickly. And let's see if we can't charge in and help out with our recruit units. Try to put some pressure on this provincial cavalry. Okay, good. We got them to retreat. Let's form up over here. And we need to rally these recruits and get them back into the fight. And they need to form up. Okay, good. They need to form up and then take their shot. Okay. So now that they've done that, let's get them into column. And then charge them into the flank here. And we'll beat these provincial cavalry. And now let's go ahead and charge. And we can go ahead and advance here, advance here. And these guys got exhausted charging in, which is a little depressing. I'm going to let them get their volley off, and then I'm going to run them up. Okay, it looks like they may come back. Oh, shoot. Let's see if we can't try to rally them. Okay, good. They're not coming back. So we can save the rest of our fire here. Let's just move our Izmailovsky and our Skovsky into position. And we've got a good point blank buckshot here. I need to put them back on volley fire. Let's see. Let's go ahead and form up over here. Let's speed things up since we just are worrying about this one unit. Yeah, we'll just take him out with a volley fire. That was a little harder than I expected it to be, probably because of the difficulty modifiers. Our guys routed uh, unexpectedly a couple of times, and the Russian units just seem like they're very inaccurate, unfortunately. Which makes me wonder if I should kind of give up my my line infantry plan with them. How much can I get in a prisoner exchange? Not bad, but let's take the money. We have enough manpower for right now. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll give you spontoons. These things we can sell. We'll keep the saddle for now, I guess. I might pay the $50 to give them the spirit rations. Alright, let's go ahead and check out this convoy here. We could fight a weak enemy field army, but I don't think we should do that right now. I think we are a little too weak for that. Maybe if we can get some good recruits here. Okay, observation recruits, yeah, those are good. And I could pick up some more surf recruits. So let's do these observation recruits. And if I can get about 200 more gold, that would be really good. Which we can. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and get some surf recruits. And then should I sell off these saddles? Yeah, we'll get better saddles later. I'll sell them. And let me buy some ammunition. And then I think we're going to raid this town just so that we can stock up on more money and more provisions, and we're not going to be coming this way again. Let's go ahead. I forgot to plan out a route, so let's go ahead and look at where the encounters are. We've got 2 encampments up here, a third here, and one over here that we could do. I don't want to come all the way down here or here, really. And then for convoys, we've gotten 1, so we need 4 more. Let's see, there's 2 up there and kind of 2 in the center. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to come up over here and hit the convoys over here, and then come down and get those. Oh, and the encampment over here. So yeah, we'll get the 4 convoys that we need are over here, and then the encampments that we need are, we'll get 2 here, a third here, and the last encampment we'll pick up over here. With that being said, I'm wondering if it's worth it to come over here, raid this town, and then leave it. It is also the furthest away from this from the HQ, so I could. Oh my gosh, why is the HQ coming on day 126? I don't think they should be coming that soon. Unless is there a difficulty modifier that makes the HQ grow faster? No, there isn't. So it seems like they're going to be coming early if that's accurate. But in any case, let's raid this town. Get our money, get our provisions, and then we've got some extra loot here, which is good. We'll go ahead and hand that off to our men. We'll give it to the observation recruits. Let's switch you. Oh, we also have a another unit that we can name. So we're going to name these guys the Novgorodsky Infantry. And now I've used up all the names that our good friend Hans shared with me. But I don't want the observation recruits in this brigade because they take more fire damage. So I am going to switch them probably with the musketeers, because the musketeers I'm probably going to be charging in since their melee stats are fairly good. Okay. Also, with the observation recruits, I think I'm probably going to turn them into the field artillery, just because they have such a high accuracy, and they get 6 guns, which is pretty good. I don't remember off the top of my head how many the Russian standard artillery gets, so we'll keep an eye out for them and see if we want to go like all observation artillery, or if we want to go and get a couple of the standard Russian artillery units. Oh, interesting. So I can give up some of my food, which I don't love because I chew through food really quickly, but I can get a lot of reservists, or I can provide 90 money and get three weapons. I'm gonna go for the weapons. Okay, these are fine. I'm going to give the observation corps the. I'm gonna give them the Delft, just because the Tula is fairly decent as a shooting weapon, but it's really more suited for melee. And the observation recruits I absolutely do not want like charging into melee. So let's give these guys the Tula muskets, and we'll give them the Neustadt. It's going to increase their reload speed, or like, it's going to make them reload slower, but we'll take it over the War muskets. Okay, so now let's try to head for this encampment. I'm hoping we find another village to raid. That would be great. Okay, I can't fight a tough enemy field army right now, I don't think. So let's go ahead and take the supplies and leave. Maybe if I had 2 full brigades, I could fight a tough field army, but not at this point. And we'll fight this patrol. Let's see what they have. They've got 6 units of infantry like me, plus they have some artillery. French Fusiliers, German Fusiliers. This actually might be kind of tough, because the Fusiliers, I underestimated them in that last fight, and it almost meant I got my butt kicked, so. We'll see how this goes. I really need to make sure that I position my guys in good cover. I think that's the only thing that's probably going to help them survive in this fight, because otherwise they're pretty much inferior to the enemy units. The only problem is that they have artillery, so that's going to make them want to hold their ground more. Gosh, all of these units are fairly good in melee. I feel like my Russian units don't have that much of an advantage. Also need to think about whether I actually want to use buckshot. I don't know that I want to in this case. But let's see. What we can do is try to concentrate our forces on one segment of their line and just overwhelm them with our concentration of fire. So I'm going to attempt to do that. And if I see an opportunity to load up buckshot, then I will, but otherwise, I don't think I will. So let's just try to come over this way a little bit and see how they react. It looks like they are advancing towards me, so maybe only advancing up to a certain point to get their artillery in range. Let's spread out the observation recruits since they're taking fire. And let's get them into a defensive position over here. We're going to try to send our musketeers around like this. And these two units I'm going to have come up. And let's go ahead and keep moving the observation recruits over. I'm going to have these two units spread out in a line here, but I'm going to keep these two with my Izmailovsky musketeers and really try to put pressure on these German Fusiliers. And let's go ahead and keep speeding things up. So let's spread you out here. We'll get the observation recruits into the town a little bit more. Let's have you spread out here. You can come around up to here. And we'll try to get on the flank with the musketeers. Are we in gun range? Not quite. Let's stay out of their range while we're setting up our own oh gosh. Okay, come around. Let's have the observation over here. Let's try to get a shot on these Fusiliers before they get into position. You need to come forward. Let's form into a line here, take a shot, and then charge in. Okay, good. Observation recruits got some shots off. I want these guys to get a shot off. Let's try to form up our lines a little better. Okay, great shot. Now charge. Let's go ahead and try to brace. Actually, no. Let's just charge in. Let's bring our guy over here. Here, we'll charge into these royal recruits and try to break them in melee, which I think we'll be able to do. Let's hold fire for a moment. Let them advance. And, okay, never mind. They shattered. Okay, I just want to make sure no one was getting charged. Okay, we shattered them. Very good. Let's actually go ahead and have you guys move up to here. You guys come up here. I want the Izmailovsky to come back for a little bit and rest while I get these guys into position. Let's see if we can't spread out our line a little more here. And we're gonna have these guys come down and help out with the observation recruits. And then you can spread out over here. And we'll spread you guys out. And we might even get charged. Yes, we are getting charged. So let's charge you in. And we'll charge in here as well. And see if we can't break the Germans. We might not be able to. Here, you guys turn around. You don't need to be fighting the Germans. Our poor observation recruits are holding this flank all by themselves. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see if we can't give our guys a morale boost over here. Oops. Yeah, the general is kind of helping. Let's pull back here. Yeah, let's just completely pull back the observation recruits, because I think they're going to get charged. Oh no, they're retreating the wrong way. I don't think that we'll be able to stop them. Okay, here. Just see if you can shoot them. Man, these guys are probably going to shatter, and I'm going to lose a lot of men. These guys are out of ammunition, so we'll just come up and deal with them. Here, let's form into a column, and then come this way. Are they still just running down my observation recruits? I think so. Gosh. Here, let's just take one shot on these guys. Cool. They're routed. Let's form into column and then come down here. Stop chasing my units. Ah! Okay, good. They're getting into line. Let's run these guys a little bit. And I'm going to pull them back. Go back to walking here. Let's run a little bit here. I think these units are just going to be completely destroyed. They're so low on unit count right now. I probably should have just left these guys and let them participate in the firefight. I thought that they would run out of the enemy gun range a lot faster. This is so annoying. I hate this. Let's see, they're really close to completely they're really close to not coming back to the battle, so I'd love to make it so that they don't come back. Yeah, looks like we're gonna be... Oh, we might be a little short. We'll see. They need to keep chasing them down and getting kills. I don't know, they might reform. Oh my gosh. Of course. And these guys went to like the ends of the earth. Here, let's try to get them into a vulnerable position over here. I'm gonna see if these guys can't absorb a shot first. Oh. Okay, I don't know why they took such a big morale hit. Let's try to come back. I don't want these guys fighting the Fusiliers all by themselves. And let's go ahead and form into a column and charge into these guys. And hopefully these recruits will take some of the pressure off. Okay, let's start advancing. Now let's tell them to charge in. And keep the general with these guys or else they're gonna break. Speed things up. There goes our charge. Hopefully we get there before the volley gets off. Looks like we made it, just barely. And over here, let's try to set up a defensive position. Okay, they are shattered once and for all. We're in good cover here, so we should be okay. I'm hoping. We're gonna swing our musketeers around. And then they're gonna charge in. And that should end the battle. Okay. Perfect. Unfortunately, I'm fairly certain those observation recruits are gone. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty gone. We lost 3,000 men. Oh my gosh. Let's definitely go for the replenishment. And it's a shame because I had a lot of good items on the observation recruits. Okay. Was this Warren Musket? Yeah. This is an utterly depressing start to the campaign. Here, let's just give the officers or the officer more training. Let's try to specialize him in something. Stamina and recovery speed, I like that. We could start turning him into a melee specialist. Okay, no, we need 4 points to upgrade it into musketeers. Next, I think we're gonna try to head up here and hit this encampment. We'll pass on the deer, but we will come check this battlefield. I don't think 40 dollars is worth the possible attrition. So I'm just gonna leave them alone. Okay, perfect. A village that we can plunder. Man. Okay, let's get some more officer experience, I guess. And then let's come up over here. Well, let's come to this village first and see what they have and possibly raid it. Okay, so I could get more surf recruits or observation recruits. Oh, actually, I'm short some money, but I'm pretty sure I can sell this. And then I could replace our observation recruit unit. Let's turn probably our Preobrazhensky guy into Actually, no, you, the Novgorodsky, can be a grenadier unit. I think these guys I'm going to turn into grenadiers. And everyone over here I'll turn into line infantry. Is there anything I could buy? I can buy some food, which I'll do that. And then we will raid this town. Oh my gosh, and then a patrol came and bumped into us. This one's going to be a lot easier though. They have 3 cavalry and only 4 infantry units, so I'm much more confident fighting this than I was against 6 infantry and a cannon. Oh, I'm so frustrated we lost that observation recruit unit. If they just had not shattered, we would have been in a much better spot right now. They should advance on us, so we can go ahead and pick good ground, which I think is going to be back here. Maybe even coming back to this hill if we can. What are their weapons like? Tula, Worn Musket, Charleville, and Neustadt. Do I want to hold this hill? Do I want to hold the town? I think the town I can spread out maybe a little bit more and take advantage of the cover along here. Whereas the units would be really concentrated over here. So I think I'm going to try to occupy the town. And yeah, let's put our more experienced units on this side since they have 2 Fusilier units. So let's go ahead and spread out like that over here. These units I'm going to have come out wide over here. And then you two will come around. And if we find an opportunity, we'll load the Preobrazhensky with the buckshot, if there's an opportunity. These guys are running, you don't need to, nor do you. Okay, they're also equipped with Neustadt, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, honestly, you guys should probably be in the melee brigade, since you have the Jönköping, or I can just give the Jönköping over to these guys. Okay, they're starting to close in. Let's take just a small step back here. Because I want them to come in and try to hit the observation recruits who are in cover versus our Skovsky recruits who are not. Okay, so they've opened fire. It looks like we're trading pretty evenly. Let's run this unit into position. Hold your fire. Just in case there's a chance to hit these guys. You should also hold your fire. No. I don't know why sometimes they don't fire. Okay, good, they changed targets. Okay, never mind. That problem resolved itself. Okay, good. General's still here, holding everyone together. Let's run these guys up a little bit. Let's get them into better cover here. And let's hold fire here. You don't need to run. Open fire. I could have waited for them to get closer, but I get nervous because sometimes the fire doesn't seem to work. I think I charged these guys into the Royal Recruits. I saved the Izmailovsky for the French Fusiliers over here. Heck, maybe I charged the Skovsky in over here. And let's swing you guys around. You guys can stop firing. Here, let's try to get rid of these royal recruits. Make sure they don't rally. Perfect. Your work here is done. Observation recruits. I don't know. Get into column 2. Let's charge in. Okay, that was a good charge. Impact. And let's get ready to do the same thing and just charge into these guys. This time we'll get help from the recruits here. Hold your fire and hold your fire. Okay, let's see what losses were like this time. 1600, not as bad as before. um, let's go ahead and take the money and the ammunition. We'll be able to replenish most of our manpower losses. And we're starting to get some veterancy on these guys, which is good. Let's see what we have. Pocket Bibles we can hand to these guys. Haversacks I don't really want to give to anybody. We'll keep raiding here. Cool. And give you guys coffee. We're also going to take the Yon Shopping and give it to you, and we'll give you guys the worn muskets. Congratulations. Now let's move up here to Niederbartal. And I could get Russian rider recruits. There's also frontier recruits. We could work on getting Cossack cavalry. Yeah, let's go for the frontier recruit unit. And let's buy up some manpower here. Keep replenishing. Here we can sell some stuff. Will that allow us to buy another unit? Oh, just barely cannot. What else can I sell? I could sell... I can come back here. I don't need another unit right this moment. Let's see if we can come check out this fort and then come up here. We're not going to do that. But we will come over here. And we will buy up all the meat. Not all the meat, but a good amount of meat. Take a look at officers. And what I think I'll do is I'll buy this nice looking fellow. And we'll have him in charge of our first brigade, which will be a fire brigade. Over here, we're going to make these guys our shock brigade. They're going to be melee focused. And I'm going to rename this guy. And I'm going to rename him. Give me a second. I need to look up the name to give him. He is going to be Piotr. And then last name is going to be Rumyantsev. There we go. And we'll also try to make him look more like Piotr. Piotr. He has long, luscious hair. Yeah, probably most like this. And he's kind of got a soft face. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, and we'll give him that jacket. Cool. Looking good, Piotr. Piotr. I'm not sure how to say it. Sorry, everybody. I don't know how to say what I assume is Peter in Russian. Don Cossack, Surf recruits, Russian Rider recruits. Let's look at how we're doing on time. We're almost at day 50, which I don't love. I feel like I haven't made enough progress. Let's take the excellent beer. We'll buy it off of them, and we'll give that to our great grenadier unit here. And we'll hold on to the spirit rations and then give it to the frontier recruits when they upgrade into Cossacks. And we'll come back over here. We're not going to come back to this region, so I'm gonna burn this town down. I'm gonna buy all the food that I can and burn the rest. Cool. Let's go ahead and give you the entrenching tool and also let you move a little faster. And let's go ahead and force march over to here. I can't buy any of these guys, but I'm tempted to leave this town just because it's got a lot of recruit units in it. Can I buy it? Let's see, if I sell off... $381, and I need $354, we'll get it done. I think these guys are musketeers, right? Yeah, so I can rename them musketeers. I believe these are also musketeers, yeah. I'm going to take your spontoon, and I'm going to give it to this guy. And yeah, let's sell off these things. We'll sell the horses too, so that we can buy another infantry unit. And let's do the observation recruit. And then let's burn this town. Cool. And now we need to force march. Oh, supply cache? Nice. Let's take the money. And we'll get some more experience out of this, which is desperately needed. Okay. So they got Royal Recruits over here, French Fusiliers over here. Let's set up our observation recruits to probably fight the Fusiliers, and we get to pick our battlegrounds, so where do we want to have this fight? I could try to hold ground back here, or I could come over here, but I don't like them having these woods. I definitely don't want to fight in here. They'll have really good cover. So yeah, maybe we do try to hold back here. So let's have everyone come over here, deploy, and then everyone just come over here. Mostly you guys go right there. We'll put you guys on this flank. And you guys can come over here. And we'll call that good. So now let's draw out our formation. So now they should come up and let's put our 2 recruit units up forward. And let's everyone hold fire until we know what their cavalry is doing. What will the cavalry do? Looks like they are coming over a little bit. You can open fire. Okay, cavalry's coming in on this side. And let's open fire here. Very nice. Let's advance. You can fire when ready. Oh, they've routed the frontier recruits. I didn't expect these guys to rout like that. Let's see if we can charge them before they get their volley off. Yeah, they're definitely trying to run away. Looks like we're gonna get charged here. Let's do our best to try to brace. Okay, I clicked the wrong unit. A little annoying. Let's run these guys in a position. And now I'm just trying to let my recruits gather some more experience from this fight. Great. So we didn't take terrible losses there, which I'm fairly happy with. And let's go with money, because that's what we're going to need to open a new brigade and buy more units. Combat effectiveness, I think, is what we go for. Although move speed is good if I want them to be charging in more. I just don't love that the officer death chance goes up. Let's go with the move speed. Replenish everybody. Okay. Charlevilles. Let's give you Charlevilles. Morale and charge. I guess we can give to you. And looks like we're officially halfway there. Let's keep advancing. Oh, is that a field army chasing us? 13,000? I can't fight 13,000 guys right now. See if we can't force march. Oh shoot. What I was trying to do is sell. So I could sell all this, then I have 800. Gosh, what I might do is sell off all this cavalry equipment that I have, and see if I can't buy another, infantry unit after purchasing a brigade. So let's see, what would I need the least? Probably these two. And the breastplate, I think that will give me enough. So let's do this. New brigade. And what do I want to get? Observation recruits? Or just surf recruits. I think we go observation. And I think we try to get the heck away from this town before that field army catches us. Let's come investigate this fort. And oh, I would love to delay the HQ. If I can get some more reservists. Let's come this way. Let's go check out this convoy. Oh yeah, we could fight a weak field army. This is exactly what we need. Oh my gosh, a weak field army isn't even that weak. Okay, okay. The number looks worse than what it is. We can take them. Okay. No artillery, so we can play defensive. Let's... I could try to occupy these woods and the hill, or I could just try to hold the town. I think we try to hold kind of like the inside of the town, so if they can't be on the hills, they have to come into the flat land here. So let's... yeah. Let's have you guys here. And where are they going to be weakest in melee? 36. They're pretty weak on this end, except for the Fusiliers. Yeah, so let's have our two more melee-oriented units over here. We'll keep these guys over here. Oh, and the observation recruits we'll put here. So, let's... see where our units are lining up. Let's keep you guys in reserve. I'll have you both... here, why don't we just have everyone march up to this big hill? We'll keep our general with the units in the town. We might even shift down some. Okay, unfortunately we're in hill range, so let's take a step back here. And let's take the Skovsky and our frontier recruits. And let's spread them out here. You guys can come up north. Here, maybe I'll bring you guys down. Bring you guys over here. Oops, not what I meant to do. Okay, they're starting to come in. Let's have these recruits probably charge into these guys. You can come down off the hill. Oh my gosh, they shattered after one shot? Jeez. You guys definitely come up. You can be up here. Okay, they didn't get their shot off. See if you can help, Mr. General. Oh my gosh, they shattered the... I guess that's what I get for kind of sleeping over here. Piotr's in trouble. Oh my gosh. Piotr, don't die. Piotr, please. Stop chasing Piotr. Okay, good. You don't need to chase anymore. You don't need to chase. Don't run. Let's have you guys come back. Tell you what, I don't know that these guys are on a hill. Let's hold your fire. Okay. Okay, let's come down so that you can help. Okay, looks like they're routing and won't be coming back. Let's have them take a shot and then switch to buckshot. Okay, very nice. And then let's move them into position. Let's run. This shot might make them rout. Okay, good, it wasn't enough. Are they routing? Yeah, we're good here. So I think these are the only units left. But just for the heck of it, let's chase after these guys. And we'll speed things up since we just need to crash into these Fusiliers and we'll win. Okay, well, definitely a bummer about the Frontier recruits. They're going to take 40% extra casualties because they shattered. But overall, I think that battle went well. Let's... Oh, nice. We have a howitzer. Very cool. Let's go for replenishment. Because I want to get up there and fight another battle very quickly. You guys, we're gonna make musketeers. Let's see, who else can I give some shoes? You can take some shoes. Morale and stamina. Maybe I give you guys the morale and stamina. Since you have been routing recently. And yeah, let's just normal march up here. I am going to be a little under strength for this, but mostly it's these frontier recruits that are under strength. And if I just keep them out of the battle, I mean, they should be fine. Let's see, how many men are you at? 500? Yeah, not very many. Everyone else is fairly well. In fairly good condition, so. Okay, so they're really strong in melee on this side, but really weak in melee on this side. So let's go ahead and take our... I need to change you guys over to musketeers. But let's take our shock troops, and we'll put them more on this side. We'll have our observation recruits do battle over here somehow. And yeah, I'll have Piotr stay with them. And maybe we'll have him stay as well. Okay. You three, though, I want advancing over here. I want you to advance. Frontier recruits, you can also advance, I guess. My observation recruits will advance until their artillery starts to deploy. And then we're going to get into a column. Ideally, I would love to get up to this cover line here. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, they've opened fire. So let's start getting into lines. I'm just gonna keep the frontier recruits kind of in the back and out of harm's way if possible. And let's come back here. But over here, let's definitely try to hold this hill. Yeah, French artillery is not being kind to me right now. Alright, let's just start to move towards them. You need to run, and you need to run in a position. Looks like they outranged me with their Charlevilles, so we're gonna move up. Let's charge in. I'm gonna let you guys take your shot and then charge in. You can advance. Oh. Let's give them some more morale, and we'll send in those musketeers. You guys need to move up and fire on them. There we go. Okay, you walk, and you also come this way. Piotr is in there fighting the French Fusiliers too. I'm gonna pull Piotr back. These guys are just taking extensive losses. Charge in, hopefully before they get the volley off. Unfortunate. Are these guys coming back? Shoot. I didn't finish them. Okay, well they're shattered. That's good. Let's charge in. Okay, good. We got them to leave. Shucks. They've reformed. Okay. Dude, the morale on these guys is so annoying. Maybe Piotr, just back off. You've done well. You've just been getting shot for free. I'm sorry. Let's form up like that. Let's spread this unit out. Let's, I'm not sure what's going on with these guys. I wonder if we can form up and get a shot off before... Looks like they're not going to come back, but I'd still love to get a shot off. Cool, thank you. I'm gonna let them take a shot and then just charge in. And I think this artillery is just shooting away at my guys, so we need to handle them. Taking it. Can't believe these guys haven't broken yet. Oh, I don't understand why these patrol battles are so hard. Jeez. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and restore our casualties. We're just taking a ton of manpower losses. Reload speed, sure. Yeah, let's give you a Bible. We need 5 to become Cossack cavalry. Let's come over here to Pilton. Oh, there's another patrol. We could take them. But I do need to sell off some things. Let's definitely sell that. Sell off the horseshoes. And that. Let's look here. Sorry, not here. I meant in the barracks. I could get some rider recruits. I could work my way over to the Horse Grenadiers. What else do we have? Just the rider recruits, really. Oh, I can make these guys Grenadiers. Let's do that. And I'm sorry, Hans, I mean, you said that these guys are, lifeguards, but I need them to be Grenadiers for right now. Maybe later on, once I get these other guys to, like, veteran musketeer status. Well, I think these are both, I think these are both lifeguard units as well, so they should become veteran musketeers. But this guy's gonna be a, this guy's gonna be a Grenadier unit. Um, let's see, I'm short on manpower. I could go for the rider recruits. I would really like some cavalry to help out in some of these fights. They're gonna be very weak though. Let's look at guns. Items are more expensive here, so I actually don't really love the idea of buying anything here. I could get an artillery officer, though I don't have any artillery yet. Huh. What is this? Move speed, ammunition consumption, reload speed. Maybe I preemptively get an artillery officer because I want to turn our observation recruits into artillery units. Here, let's switch you over for now. And then let's go ahead and buy up some manpower, some ammunition, try to restock everyone. I know that patrol is coming in. Let's buy at least one of these rider recruits. Okay, I'm happy with that. And let's go ahead and fight these guys, I guess. I want to try to march away and to replenish a little bit more. Yeah, let's just take one more tick of replenishment if we can. Perfect. And now we'll fight them. Okay. No artillery on either side, so they will come at me. Maybe we try to hold a position over here and have them advance across this open ground. I need to change these guys over to musketeers. In the name. Okay. So let's bring our observation recruits over here. We'll bring the melee folks over. We'll leave the Cossacks over here also, actually. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Ah, I didn't move the Cossacks. Okay, let's immediately get them on this road and then marching over here. Let's have you kind of stay over here, but all the other melee troops will have swing this way. And you can also stay on this side. And let's have the rider recruits come over. And I think what I'll have the rider recruits do for right now is just act as like a counter-charging force, and also help them run down units where needed. Okay, good. These guys are flying right now. Let's have this unit move up since he has more men. I want to keep in reserve for right now. Okay, here come the German Fusiliers. I'm gonna put them there. I want them to come up some more. Ideally, I want them to come up into here. So let's see if they will. Let's bring these men down and over. Okay, we're holding our ground here. Looks like they're starting to advance. So let's bring these guys around. Let's bring the rider recruits over towards here. What? Do these guys have Charlevilles? So I think they slightly outrange us. I don't trust this. Shucks. Let's swing wide a little bit more, just in case that cavalry comes at us. hold your fire because I think their cavalry is going to come in. Okay, open fire. Because their cavalry is not approaching us. They're holding their ground for whatever reason. Okay, keep advancing. Okay, their cavalry's still not reacting, so let's start to approach them. Let's see about shooting them. And then charge in. Cool, we'll take that. Yep, they are shattered. Don't need to run. Okay, let's just charge their cavalry. Very good. Let's have you advance and shoot them. And let's charge in here. And we'll charge in the rider recruits as well. Yeah, we're fine here. Okay, they're racking up kills. Good. So let's take a look at what we're short on. We didn't lose too much manpower. That's good. So maybe we take the food. Money and ammunition. Let's take the money and ammunition. Just so that I can keep expanding my army. And I think that this is a good point to stop at. Honestly, I haven't been as successful as I would have hoped so far. Have definitely faced some setbacks early on, losing that observation recruit unit. And then I've been taking a lot more losses in my fights than what I would have expected, so definitely not having a perfect game and definitely struggling a lot more in the France campaign. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying it. Next time, we're running out of time, so right, what I need to do is come up here, buy recruits, come over here, delay the HQ by a week. If that's even worth the time of me coming up and then going back there. I'm not sure if it is. Maybe it's better if I just come up here, get some recruits, buy food, and then try to do this encampment, do this convoy, and then snag a convoy over here. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and I really want to delay the HQ if possible, because I don't feel super great about my army yet. We still need to fight. We still need to fight some more battles to get some more experience, get some more resources in reserve. Definitely not feeling very strong yet, but I hope you're enjoying the video. I've been having fun, but it's also stressful. I also don't know why the HQ is coming so soon. I think it's supposed to activate on like day 140 or something, so I'm getting shortchanged about 2 weeks, but it's fine. I'm fine. I'm not stressed. As always, if you're enjoying the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Um, Let me know what you think I can be doing better with the Russians. I definitely think that I misplayed their early game there, and I have underestimated the French just because they're French. But I think with the difficulty modifiers on, they've been really tough. So, with all that said, we'll see you in the next video.